Yo guys, it's me, Monster Man, and today we are testing out Reddit to see if you like it. And make sure you hit like if you want to listen to me read Reddit stories. And this post is by RishBob27. Entitled Aunt called me selfish for not giving my brand new £1,600 PC to my cousin. So a bit of backstory. I'm fairly young, 13, and have been saving up for years to get a gaming PC, and my parents insisted I build, and so I did. I'm not particularly talkative and don't really look for trouble all too much. I don't know if that's important, but So my American relatives come over to stay for a few weeks, and one morning we're having breakfast and discussing why I use two computers, and I tell them that one is a laptop for schoolwork and Photoshop, on my PC for gaming / video / editing / anything intensive. I paid no mind to this conversation after breakfast because I hate socializing and talking to people. Boot up my PC and hop onto Destiny 2. A bit of a douche move when relatives are over and stuff, but to be honest, this is where my older cousin, EK, 11, is watching me creepily over my shoulder and is mesmerized by my fancy keyboard and mouse lighting and says to me, "Whoa, dude, how much does that keyboard cost?" And I answer, £150. To which she cringes and says back, "Well, if the keyboard and mouse cost so much, then the computer must be super cheap." No, not really. The PC itself was around 1,200. So you lied when you said it was 1,600? Well, no, because I included the peripherals. At this point, he looks kind of confused and walks off, and I continue playing. A nightfall or two later, around half an hour, EK comes back with EM, entitled on is EM, or EA, yeah, whatever, and says to me, "OP, did you really lie to EK about your PC's price?" Not really, I just added the price of the keyboard, mouse, and monitor. So if it's not as expensive as you said it was, could we get one? Where did you get it from? Sure, if you're willing to build it. There are a lot of online tutorials and stuff on how to do it. Build? She was super angry at this point because I told her that EK would actually need to work to get a decent PC. Why would my EK, who's 11, build a computer? Could we just have yours, please? I started laughing because I thought it was a bit ridiculous and that she wanted this PC that I'd saved up for years and built myself. I'm not kidding. You already have a laptop, so why do you need this? For gaming, editing, for video editing, gaming, etc. You even bloated the price. Has nothing to do with the situation. And you don't need those mind-melting games, you selfish boy. Good point. Still doesn't want her taking my PC. And my son deserves it so much more work than you. He deserves it. At this point, having been on the subreddit a bit, detect she's transforming into a stage 2 Karen and prepare for her to try and yank out a cable or something. And I shut down the PC and hide the cables behind my desk and call for my dad. A bit of an abrupt ending, but Em and EK just glanced at me for the rest of the week, giving me a death glare every so often. And there's down in the comments, Frexelfie, said that there should be a current protocol guide, like the pilot's checklist or something. CCTV on, check. Shut down PC/console, check. Hide cables, check. Hide switch, check. Hide miniatures, check. Cool dog, check. The next post is by r/is the new Pewds. Too long, don't read out the map. I'm on mobile, so autocorrect exists and formatting may be the best. Sorry about that. SM equals Scoutmaster. Dining hall equals place where we ate lunch and had small American flag ceremony. I joined Boy Scouts at the age of 9. Every year over the summer, there is a week-long camp out at Scout reservations, basically a campsite reserved for Scouts. When you sign up, you are given a specific campsite. We drove 2.5 hours from our meeting spot, only stopping once for food and bathroom. When we got there, we pulled our bags and tents from the car and began setting up. There was an outhouse with a sink attached to it about 60 feet away from a tent. I was walking in that direction when I saw her, a chubby mum later in her 30s, early 40s. She was holding 2 big empty water jugs without saying a word. She walked up to the sink and began gathering water. A scoutmaster asked her about it, and the following conversation ensued. Don't remember it perfectly, but this is basically what happened. Scoutmaster. Excuse me, ma'am.
What do you want?
This is our campsite. You need permission to be here.
But this is my son's campsite.
At this point, some of the other parents tried to get us Scouts to do something other than listening on the conversation, but I keep listening on. Scoutmaster now getting mad. Look, ma'am, this is our campsite, not yours. I'm sorry you got confused. What?
How dare you say that? You're the confused one. Get off my campsite.
At this point, Scoutmaster realised there was no point in arguing. He gathered up the Scouts and said that we were moving sites, but didn't tell why. He talked with the owners of the camp, and then we found another campsite. The new one is where they have gone every year since then. And as far as I'm concerned, still plan to go to. The site we had was one of the farthest ones away from the dining hall, where we were required to go 3 times a day. However, the one we were at was one of the closest to the dining hall. We doubled the size of the fire pit and made a wood shelter. That campsite is our new home, and we like it more. Too long, didn't read? I went camping with Boy Scouts. Karen comes up to fill up water at our sink and told us it was her son's campsite. We found an empty one, which they still use today. So guys, that's probably going to be the end of this video here. Like if you want more. See ya.